Hello guys, welcome to the next session of developing e-commerce application from scratch using Angular and Spring Boot. So till now in this playlist, we have covered almost 31 different sessions, and in this 31 different session we have learned lot many things and we have implemented lot of different features in our application. So in this session, I'm not going to explain you any new feature or I'm not going to develop any new feature. Instead, we are going to review like what are all the things that we have done till now in application, so that if you are missing something and if you are if you just want to find like whatever all the things that we have done till now, then this session is for you. So in this session we will just quickly jump to the application and we will just review every single thing. We will just see what are all the functionalities that we have implemented, and in the future how we are going to move forward. So we will talk on that, but before that let me just take you to the this particular small note where I have listed out all the different technologies that I'm using to develop this particular project. So for the UI, obviously I'm just using a Angular 10, and the npm version that I'm using is 6.14.13. so many of the people were asking me into a comment section like what is the version that you are using for the UI. So for UI we are using Angular 10 and npm version was 6.14.13. Alongside for the backend we are just using a Spring Boot, and for the Java we are using Java version 8. So you can just use any version of Spring Boot. You can just try to use the latest version of it, and for the Java version, so you can just use at least 8 or any any higher version than the 8. And for the database we are just using a MySQL database. So this is the quick list of all the technologies, all the tools that we are using to develop the application. Now let me just take you to the Google Chrome again, and now let me just take you to the our application, and let me just explain you what are all the different functionalities that we have implemented till now. But before that, this particular playlist, like link of this playlist, I'm just giving you into a description box. So if you want, you can just check that out, and if you are finding something useful, then you can just take a look to particular session. Now over here, this is the home page of e-commerce application, but I will just first of all take you to all the admin and user panels, and we will just explain every single thing. So over here, as you may know, like in this application we have two different roles. So first role is an admin role and second role is a user role. So admin obviously will manage all the admin related functionalities, such as adding the product details and managing the product details. And user is obviously user will come to the application and user will try to buy any product. So let me just first of all take you to the login. So this is the login page, and let me just first of all log in with the admin. So let me just use admin credentials to log in. So now if you just see, when I'm just using a admin username and admin password, I'm just getting the message like you are admin over here. Now if you just see, logout button is now populated and login button is now hidden. This is as expected. So now we have different things. So we have three tabs over here. So we have home tab, add new product, and show product details. So obviously, as the name suggests, add new product will help admin to add any new product into a application. So admin can just quickly jump to this add new product tab, and admin can just add any different products over here. So let me just fill some of the details. So actual price, let's suppose 3,500, and discounted price is 3,200. So over here, this particular screen is divided into two sections. As you can see, on the left hand side we have the details like name and description. On the right hand side we have all the images. So to add the images, we have again different options. If you want, you can just click on this particular browse button, and you can just go to your images, and you can just like select all the images. So let's suppose if I'm just using this particular image, so you can just browse your image by clicking over on this button as well, or on this link as well. Alongside, we can drag and drop all the images as well. So let me just go to the desktop, and let me just quickly open some images. So for example, this image. So let me just try to drag this image and drop over here. So if you just see, like color is changing for this drag and drop area, and we can just drop any particular image as well. So we have again two options. We can just browse it and we can just drag and drop it. As of now, we cannot drag and drop or select multiple images at the same time, because this is how it is implemented, and I'm just trying to keep every single thing as simple as possible, at least for initial stage. So now we can just drag and drop. So whatever images you are going to browse or select, all the image previews we are able to see in this below section. If you don't like any image, you can just remove it by clicking over here on this red button. So let me just again quickly select any image like this. So you can just again check that out, and you can just keep all the images that you want, and you can just remove it as well. So once everything is filled, you can just click on the add product button. Remember, as of now we haven't implemented any kind of form validation, so this particular form is not doesn't contain any validation. It is like we have to fill every single thing manually, and it will not give any error like this particular is required field or something like that. So validations we haven't done till now, so we are going to take it into upcoming sessions. So now let me just click on to the add product. So over here I'm not able to see any message or anything, so let me just go to our IntelliJ. Let me just see whether we have any issue. So it is giving like file size limit exceed exception. So in one of the session we have went through like we can just apply some size validation from the backend area where image can be we have decided one size and we have implemented that size for the images as well. So let me just remove this particular image and let me just try to add the product, and now if you just see, the product is added. So the error that we were getting or exception that we were getting is because like the file that we were trying to upload, it was just higher in terms of size, and that is the reason it wasn't uploading. So now the product is added. So what we can just do is, there is one third tab that is called as a show product details. We can just go to this particular show product details, and now over here if we just go to the below, we are able to see like 26, this particular product is added, and painting combo 1, we have some description, and we have some like discounted price and actual price as well. So show product details tab will help admin to identify all the products, like whatever products we have into a application currently. So admin will help this particular page will help admin to analyze that. So as of now, again, this table doesn't contain any kind of filtering or sorting mechanism, but in the future we will try to add filtering, sorting mechanism, and every single thing that that will help to analyze the data. So we will try to add multiple things over here. If you have any idea, if you want me to add some specific functionalities, let me know into a comment section, and we can just take care of that. And again, in front of every single row we have the 3 different buttons, obviously. So like for, let's suppose for this particular first row we have the 3 different buttons. So once we click on the first button, it will populate all the images which are associated with this particular product. So let me just click it again. So we are able to see this particular image for this painting combo 2. Let me just click on it, and we are able to see all the associated images. And for this particular combo, let me just click, we are able to see all the images. So first button will help us to populate all the images. Second button is edit button. Obviously, as the name suggests, if we are clicking on this particular button, then we can edit details of this particular row or maybe this particular product. So let me just try to change the discounted price. Let me just try to make it as a 700. So let me just try to use 700 over here, and let me just click on update product. And again, now let me just go to this show product details, and now if you just see, like discounted price is a 700. So this is how edit will work. And in edit, obviously you can just add any images again, or if you just want, you can just remove the images as well. So you can just add it or remove it. So you can just do whatever whatever operation that you want. And the third button that we have is the delete button. Obviously, as the name suggests, if we are just clicking on it, it will get deleted. So let me just click on this particular first row delete button. So let me just try to click it and let's see what happens. So now let me just see whether we are getting any exception or not, or whether it is taking long time. Okay, so now let me just click on it. So now over here it is giving me the exception. Let's see what is that exception. So I think that exception, okay, let me just take you to the top. Okay, so now I was expecting this, like cannot delete or update a parent row. So over here, why we are not be able to delete is because for this order number 1, some of the, for this product number 1, some of the orders are placed, and that is the reason we cannot delete these, because orders are already placed and that are there in the database, right? So if order is placed, then we obviously will not be able to delete the product from the application, and that is the reason. If you just see, it is giving us the SQL integrity constraint violation exception, which basically says that we have we have some of the order placed against this particular product, so that is the reason we are not be able to delete it. But right now we just added product number 26, and I think we don't have placed any order for it. Let's try to delete it. Let's see what happens. So if you are just clicking on it, it will get deleted because there are no any order placed again against product 26, and that is the reason we are able to delete it. So I hope you are getting all the things that I'm trying to explain over here, but if you still have any questions, let me know into a comment section and we will try to answer it. So this is how the add new product and show product details tabs are designed. So again, there is a home page. Let me just go to it. So on the home page, what we are doing is we are just trying to list all the products. So right now we have only 5 products in our system, and that is the reason we are able to see only 5 products on a home page. If you add anything, like it will be populated over here as well. So in this home page, what we are doing is we are just listing all the products. Again, we don't have any filtering, sorting, searching kind of mechanisms on this home page. The home page is really very simple. At this particular moment, we are able to see one card, and we are able to see the image, and we are able to see its title and description. Alongside, we are able to see a price as well. And if you want some more details about it, we can just click on the view product details button, and over here you can just check that out. So again, it is this is how the page is designed. In the left hand side section, we can just take all the images, and in the right hand side section, the title, description and price related information is given. So now let me just take you to the home page again, and let me just try to find out some proper example to explain something. So okay, so let me just click on this. Okay, so what we can just do is we can just try to add multiple images. So let me just come to the show product details, and let me just click on this edit, and let me just click on browse, and let me just try to add this particular image as well. And now image is added, and now let me just go to the show product details, and yes, so for product 2 we have added some images. Let me just take you to the home page, and let me just try to view details of product 2. So now we are able to see all the images over here. So we have 2 images as of now. So whichever image you will select, it will get populated over here. So let me just select the first image, and now second image. So we are able to see some some big image, like whatever image we are selecting from below, we are able to see the big version of it in a left hand side section. In the right hand side section, we have very important button that is called as a buy now button. So let's see what happens when we click on it. So as of now, when I am clicking on it, it is showing me that you are not allowed to access this page. So the reason is, currently I am logged in as an admin, and admin cannot buy the products from his own own application, or admin is not responsible to buy the product. Admin is supposed to manage the product. So that is the reason buy the product functionality, we are not allowing to this functionality for the admin. So that is the reason it is redirecting me to this particular page. And for the security, we are using the JWT token and role based authentication security. So we have already seen like how we can implement it. So you can just check that playlist and you will get to know every single thing. Now let me just click on the logout, because these are all the functionalities that we have implemented for admin. And now let me just try to click on a login again, and this time let me just try to log in with the normal user. And now if I'm just using the username and password for normal user, then again it is giving me the message like you are user and this URL is only accessible to the user. So this is the kind of dummy page that I use, so that I can get to know that by which user ID and password I'm logged in, whether I'm logged in with the admin or whether I'm logged in with the normal user. So now again let me just click on the home page. So again home page is pretty similar for admin and a user as well, so there is no any such a big difference. Let me click on this view details, and now let me just try to click on the buy now. And now when I clicking on the buy now, again the form is getting opened, so we can just fill all the order details over here, or maybe all the user related details over here. So let me just try to fill my details. Address is, let's suppose, Pune, and contact number is, let's suppose, something like this, and alternate contact number is something like this. And now on the right hand side section, if you just see, we are able to see some kind of bill or invoice of the order that we are going to place. So we are able to see the name and the amount and the quantity, and again for again the total for this particular row, and we are able to see the grand total as well. So now let me just do one thing. Let me just try to change the quantity. So for the quantity, we are restricting till the maximum 3 quantities. So we are not allowing user to buy more than 3 products at the same time. So that is the reason we are able to see only option like 1, 2, 3. So now let me just do one thing. Let me just select the quantity as a 3, and if you just see, like total is changed to 3600 and grand total is also changed to 3600. So this is how it will like update automatically. So this is how this particular bill will work, and it will update automatically. So user will get to know that the final amount that user have to pay. And now let me just click on the place order. So let me just you can just remember this particular full name. We can just take a look into a database whether order is placed or not. So let me just click on the place order, and now we are able to see the confirmation message like your order is placed successfully. It will get delivered to you within a 4 to 5 days. So this is one normal confirmation message that we are giving to our user, so that user will get to know that order got placed successfully. So now let me just take you to database, and let me just try to show you how it will look like, whether order is placed or not successfully, and how it will look like. So let me just try to log in with my MySQL, and over here let me just go to the tables, and now let me just go to order details table. In this order details table, if you just see on row number 31, so this is the latest row that got added, and if you just see, like order amount is 3600 and contact number, alternate contact number, and full name is my name over here, and the status is placed, and product ID is a 3, and the username, like the user who have placed the order. So my username is printed over here, which is Raj123. So order is getting placed successfully, and everything is working perfectly fine. So for this user, we have implemented these functionalities only. So user can, as of now, at least user can buy product only. So nothing else for the user we have implemented. But till now, I think like any e-commerce application, whatever the basic functionality any e-commerce application will have, all those basic functionality we have implemented till now. Now we will like from the next session onwards, we will try to add some new functionalities in this throughout this series, and we will just try to add multiple things, like we will add searching, sorting, then we will add some data reporting kind of things, like for example, if admin is analyzing the data, so we can generate a reports for the admin so that admin can analyze data in a more in a more accurate manner. And for the users, we are going to add one search bar over here so that user can search the product. Alongside, we are going to add the payment integration, and after that at the end we are going to add AWS as well, because all these images and everything, whatever you are able to see images, those are currently stored into a database, and storing the images into a database is not a good idea. So that is the reason at the end we are able to we will be seeing the AWS as well into a picture. But that is the reason, that is the thing that we are going to add after some time. But at least as of now we have done till now, we have done till this point. So I hope whatever I explained in this session, I hope you got an idea like what are all the things that we have done. And I just thought to record this particular session, considering the fact like we have implemented multiple things throughout this application, and obviously we can just take a review of the application from at some point. So that is the reason I decided to record this particular session. So if you want me to add any specific functionality, so you can just suggest me into a comment section, and those functionality, if those are valid functionalities and if those are perfectly fitting into our e-commerce application requirements, then obviously we will just try to add those functionalities in our application as well. So you can just let me know into a comment section like what are all the different functionalities that we can add into this particular application. So I hope you got an idea around this, and I hope you enjoyed this particular session, and I'll see you in the next session.